What's up, sneaker fans? Thanks for tuning in to a More Than Hype review. It's been a while since I last uploaded, but I'm glad to be back. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the one before the one. That is, of course, the Jordan Airship, today in this tech gray colorway. So, since I think towards the end of 2022, Jordan Brand has slowly been releasing small batches of airships in a bunch of different colors. And in general, people really weren't that excited about it. And that surprised me because of the relatively low retail price that these come at. So for example, this tech gray colorway is $140. In fact, I think all of them have retailed at $140. But despite the relatively low price point, I find that the airships actually have some really great quality, similar to what you'd find on a Air Jordan 1. This specific colorway is also very reminiscent to the Air Jordan 1 85 in the neutral gray colorway. Those retailed for over $200, and in my opinion, these are just as nice as those. But let me stop talking about it and let me just show you why I think these are so nice, starting with the packaging. Alright, so real quick, before we get into the shoes, let's take a look at the packaging, talk about sizing, and the price. So these come in a glossy black Nike sportswear box. That's because this is an SP or special release. You also find foam posits very often come in a box like this. Taking a look at the label here, sizing, I'm going true to size, and I would recommend you go true to size as well. These fit pretty much identical to Jordan 1s, except I find they have a slightly wider toe box. Not a wide toe box, but definitely a little bit more room compared to some recent Jordan 1s that we've been getting. Retail price for these was $140. As you can see, I got my pair from Wish. Another thing that is supposed to come in the box is that little pamphlet that shows you the sort of breakdown of the tech inside the shoe. Unfortunately, my pair did not come with it, so I can't show you guys, but I'll put a picture up somewhere. Alright, that's enough of the box, and now let's take a look at the shoes. Alright, so now let's start off this video the same way we do with all our other videos, and start by talking about the upper. And the materials you get on this upper are top notch, especially considering that $140 retail price. What you're getting here is really nice. Let's just start with talking about the airship in general. So far we've gone a handful of colorways. The previous two was like this red and this blue pack. I forgot exactly the name of the colors, but they came with a really nice cracked leather on the upper, and these come with a really nice smooth leather for the majority of your upper here. Really surprising when I see this fully white leather upper and that retail price. I just instantly imagine that this is that, polyurethane coated, stiff pleather type feeling material, but it's not. And that's most evident here on our toe box. You can just see all of that wrinkling, kind of telling you how soft this material is. Really nice, and that is the majority. That is actually your whole entire upper. So one sneaky thing Nike likes to do is they'll put something nice here and then they'll put something inferior on the side. But as you can see, it's all the same stuff. Moving on to the medial side, nothing really much to see. It's a clean gray and white colorway. Now, if you're like me, you might be thinking, since the white leather is nice, this suede stuff must be trash, because we know Nike loves cutting corners. But surprisingly enough, despite all of the evidence from the past, this is also pretty darn nice in and of itself. A really soft suede material here. Moving on to the back of the shoe here, and we have a nice Nike Air embroidery on the back of our heel here. These come stock with flat white laces. You do also get an extra set of laces in this darker gray color. I do wish that they matched it with our swoosh here, but instead it is matched with your outsole. Not a big deal. But in this case, because it's not the lighter gray, I'm probably going to stick with the white. You might have also noticed the tongue itself has almost like a peachy pink tinge to it. And that's because of the foam on the inside being that color. I actually kind of dig how this looks. Some people might be kind of bothered by it, but I think it's a nice touch for a generally white shoe. Some people might even call it too plain. You get a little splash of color on your tongue itself. Nike Air tag on the top here, and then of course your regular legal stuff on the back. Looking on the inside of the shoe now, nice bit of padding on your collar here, and you do also get your size printed on there as well. Looking on the inside, you have a white sock liner, polyurethane. It's a really nice one with a black Jumpman logo on that as well. We can actually take a look at that right now. And we can see here, this thing is beefy. There's a look at what's printed on there. 8.5. Really super nice. This is going to just slowly mold to your feet. And that about does it for your upper. So now moving on to the midsole outsole, you have a white midsole. Very similar tooling to what you get on the Jordan 1, but just ever so slightly different. I would say these are slightly thinner. And then we have our outsole here, identical to the Jordan 1. Really nice stuff. And there you have it. That is my review of the Jordan Airship in this tech gray colorway. I'm really surprised by how nice these are, and I'm even more surprised by how many people are sleeping on these. For $140, you're getting a lot of shoe, and I remember on release day, these were sitting on websites, and these did not sell out immediately, is what I'm trying to say. And if you wanted them, you were able to get them. One interesting thing when it came to the release procedure for the airships is that it seems like they are only releasing at boutique sneaker shops, so they're not at Foot Locker or any other, big box type store. And I think that might be one reason why these are kind of flying under the radar. On the flip side of things, you might not be aware of the history of the airship, and you might treat this almost as like a fake Jordan 1. But this was in fact the shoe that came out before the Jordan 1, almost like a prototype of the Jordan 1. And with that added history behind it, that just makes these that much cooler to me. So again, if you're a fan of the Jordan 1 or even Dunk Highs, if you just like this sort of retro style of shoe, then I know for a fact that you're going to love these. Get yourself a pair of airships. They're true to size. And that's about it for this video. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. The channel is growing. I really appreciate everybody's support, and I'll catch you on the next video.